adolescence. Ready? Switch off karo lights ko. In 5 minutes we'll finish this. Okay, so in the beginning of the class I showed you a video. Yeah, so I'll tell you now what was the purpose. Okay, reaching the age of adolescence, you can see the growth, correct? A baby turns to adult human. Reaching the age of adolescence, to increase the number and maintain their species in nature, living organisms they always reproduce. Okay. Next, most living organisms are able to reproduce only after certain time in their life cycle. For example, you have, this is the growth cycle. In human beings, the life cycle consists of several stages of development like childhood, adulthood, and old age. Adolescence is a transitional stage of physical and mental human development that occurs between childhood and adulthood. So it is not only physical, it is mental also. Understood? So those who are less than 18, you are considered as a child. Do you understand? Why? Because physically you have grown, but mentally you are not that tough. Look at this. To grow into maturity, okay, we require some things to be done. Look at this now. Here we have, it's the time rapid development of the growing, that is sexual maturity, discovering one's real self, and recognizing and defining personal values. This is the greatest problem in today's generation. Okay, right now in Supreme Court and everywhere there is a case going on LGBTQ. You know that? Yes, here in India we don't have that much freedom of talking something about my sexual desire. But in Americas and all, people they have the rights. They openly they talk. And unfortunately, what is happening? We are following the Western cultures. We listen to the English songs. We watch the English movies. We speak in English. So we are also blindly following what they are doing. Okay. So look at this. An adolescent is neither child nor an adult. So you can call it as teenage. Okay, so what is teenage? It starts from imagine 13, 14, 15 till the age of 19. This period covers individuals from 12 to 18 years of age. During initial phase, the changes in the body starts taking place. 12 to 15 years from the early adolescent period, which makes the onset of puberty. So what is meant by puberty? Puberty is a Latin word which means pubertas, age of manhood. This lasts several years, during which rapid physical growth and psychological changes occur, leading to sexual maturity. The individual is capable of reproduction. Average onset of puberty is 10 years for girls and 12 years for boys. So at the age of 10, the girls they get matured, and at the age of 12, the boys get matured both mentally, physically, and sexually also. But every individual person's timetable for puberty is influenced primarily by, first of all, heredity. And one more thing, see, heredity means maybe you are healthy, but now we cannot say the next generation when you get married and when you have kid, what will happen to your kid? Nobody can guarantee because your food habit is very bad. Okay, for example, if I give break time, chalo jao, go and have break. You directly go to a bakery and you take Lay's chips, correct? All that chips item, fatty substance item, burger, pizza, cool drink. This will not affect you, but this will drastically affect your children's. Okay, so look at this. Environmental factors such as diet. Here in Bangalore, the climate and the environment is very bad. Okay, you go and eat only in hotels, correct? Exercise. There is no exercise. Every morning you get up, go to school, come back to tuition, go to home. Correct? So changes at puberty. What happens when you are attaining the age of puberty? During puberty, the following changes occur. Increase in height. First of all, your height will start increasing. Sudden increase in height and weight at the onset of puberty. The arms and legs grows faster than rest of the body. Then the spurt in physical growth is more evident in girls compared to boys. And look at the age. Between the age of 11 and 13, the girls will grow faster, and between 13 to 15, the boys will grow faster. So this is the right age that you have to eat lot. बहुत खाना चाहिए. लेकिन होता क्या है, what is happening nowadays at the girls at the age of 11 and 13, they want Lay's chips, they want food from outside, they don't grow. You go and see a girl from a village and you go and see a girl from a city. Okay, the city girls are very lean, they don't have strength, they need two persons to carry their school bags, right? Sometimes we wonder, yeah, sometimes we wonder the girl is carrying the bag or the bag is carrying the girl. Okay, next, boys here. Here in city, the traffic is more, connectivity is there, parents they want safety, so what they do, they go in school bus, they go in metro, they go in BMTC buses. Okay, so they don't feel hunger, so boys are not hungry, parents are giving pocket money. What these boys do, they go to canteen and what do they eat? Puffs, egg puffs and veg puffs, correct? Those are eating egg puffs and veg puffs, maida. It's very bad for your health. Okay, now you may wonder, I will stop puffs from today, but I will eat parota. If you eat parota, the same fate. There is problem with your body. You understand? Okay, look at this, I'll tell you that. So sudden increase in the speed of the activity. So in female and males, the height, and this is the graph. Changes in the size of the heart and the lung. Yes, your heart, diameter of the heart increases by half and the weight almost doubles. Your weight should increase. If your weight is not increasing, it's a great trouble. Okay, because after this age there is no development of your body. Okay, you cannot do anything. Okay, next. uh, okay, tell me, now we are doing science. Your growth is maximum till the age of 18, yes or no? So maximum till 18, or sometimes very rarely people grow after the age of 19 or 20 also. Till 20 or 21 also they grow. Here in India, you won't believe, I'll share you a video. Here in India, nowadays people are doing some operations to increase their height. Okay, I think I shared you that video. No. Okay. It's very actually disturbing video. That's why I didn't share. So what the men are doing, they are going to doctor and they are telling doctor, increase my height by doing operation. So what the doctors are doing, they are telling that, okay, I will cut the leg, I will put a rod of this size in your leg and your height will increase from 1 centimeter. And people are ready to do that. Okay, and they are doing it. I'll show you that video. Next, year in Bangalore only, there was an incident. A 21-year-old actress, a very good-looking actress, she wanted to look more good. She goes for a plastic surgery and she dies. Okay, look at this. Changes in the body shape. Larger bones in the boys, muscles, heart, lungs compared to girls. Smaller bones, muscles, heart, lungs compared to boys. So broader shoulder and narrow hips. And here you have curvaceous body and broader hips in girls. Next. Larynx, also known as the voice box, is present in throat. It is a tube-shaped piece of cartilage which gives you pitch of voice. So before puberty and after puberty, what happens before puberty? Yeah, the voice is small. Okay, the vocal cords are very small. So, for example, let us talk about Justin Bieber. Okay, tell me which song was the first hit song of Justin Bieber? Yes, Baby, correct? Okay, so in that song his voice was different, but now if he sings it is different, correct? Look at this. Larynx becomes bigger and vocal cords lengthen and thicken. So high pitched voice, and here you have deeper, thick voice. Next, as the body is adjusting to changing form, the voice may crack or break in boys. Okay, next. When the larynx grows during puberty, it protrudes out in front of the throat. Sometimes you can see some people neck will be here out, protruding outside. This is called as Adam's apple. What is that? Okay, so this is called as Adam's apple. Larynx grows more in boys, hence boys show Adam's apple in front of the necks. Okay, so girls they don't have it. Next, increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. Look at this. The sweat glands of the body develop fully during puberty and there is increased secretion of sweat. So you will sweat a lot at the age of 15 and 16. Do you understand? Next, voice. Do you know what makes a voice? We have done already in the sound chapter. Correct? The diaphragm and the vocal cords and all, it vibrate due to the air. Yes, you already know this. Now look at this now. The male have longer vocal cords. Okay, so this is called as the longer vocal cord, and the female they have a shorter vocal cord. Okay, so that's why there is a difference in the pitch of the sound. The sound changes into speech with the help of the teeth, lips, and nasal cavity. Next, sexual development. Development of sexual organs. Physical and sexual development takes place during puberty. The sex organs of boys and girls start developing. Boys and girls, testes in boys mature, start producing semen, and in girls it starts ova, that is ovules. Okay, ovum we call it as. Next, secondary sexual characters develops. For example, boy, appearance of pubic and facial hair. Girl, appearance of pubic hair. Okay, the breast starts developing. Then you have body hair becomes prominent in both male and female. They have body hair. Whatever is natural today, it is unnatural. People, they don't want it. Okay. So look at this. Most of the changes that occur in adolescent are controlled by something called as hormone. What is this here? Hormone. This is your brain. Look at this. Everyone has it, right? Now this is your brain. Inside your brain, you can see this pink color thing. It's very important, and this is responsible for all your activities, all your characters. Okay. So look at this now. We'll see this in detail. This is inside the brain. That is why it is called as endocrine glands. Or no, it is called as what? Endocrine glands. So here, in adolescent, hormonal balance shifts strongly towards the adult state, which is triggered by pituitary gland. It is triggered. Which is this gland here? Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is also called as master gland. It is also known as master gland. Very important. See, imagine you are walking on a road and suddenly a dog is barking at you. Okay, what happens? You will feel happy or you will frighten, you will run away. What you will do? Yes, your heartbeat started fasting, right? So this is all controlled by different glands. We'll see this one by one. So these glands are secreted by boys and girls. Testosterones are found only in boys. Estrogen and progesterone are found only in girls. Okay. So helps in the maturation of gonads, sex organs. So you have sperms in male and ova in female. Okay. Male produces gametes for a longer duration. Okay. Next, this is the ovum. Now what happens at the age of 13, 11 and 13, the girls, they attend puberty, and now this is the female sexually organ here, and now here you have ovum produced from the mature this place. Okay, so this sac is responsible for producing eggs. This egg will start coming here. This is called as fallopian tube. We have still more technical classes, not now, in future. Just right now, just see this. This egg comes here, and now the sperms will come here in this pouch, and the sperms will go left and right. Out of millions and crores of sperm, one sperm will go and mature with this egg, and you have a baby. Okay, look at this. So here you have the egg going and residing in fallopian tube. Now the sperm enters. Now the sperms are going left and right. Okay, so one sperm enters, it mates with the egg, and now this will come down and the menstruation cycle will stop. And now this egg will start developing, and then there you have a baby formation. Okay, now sometimes what happens, can you see this layer? Okay, this layer will keep, this is nothing but a muscular thing. For example, a vascular tissues. It is a thick lining of blood vessels. This red color is nothing but thick lining of the blood vessel. And what happens? The fertilization does not occur, the egg disintegrates and the lining of blood vessels shed off. So these blood vessels keep coming out. So this is what is happening during the menstruation cycle. So this cycle goes on for 3 to 6 days continuously. Do you understand? Fine. So the first menstrual flow that begins in a girl at puberty is termed as menarche. Okay, and at the age of 45 to 50, this process will stop. That means after the age of 50, women are not capable of reproducing because they don't produce eggs. Do you understand? Yes, after the age of 45 to 50. Look at this. Menstrual cycle stops when the woman turns to 45 to 50. So this is called as menopause. So after 50 age, the women are not naturally, it happens in their body, they don't reproduce, and this is the most painful age time in their lifetime. At the age of 45 to 50, okay, if the women are undergoing very excruciating pain, they cannot tell outside. So this is the most difficult time for the women. Okay, next. So this happens every 28 to 30 days. However, these periods vary in many women. Okay, and now why it varies in many girls? Because they have a very bad habits of eating bad foods. Okay, see, whatever is good for taste, it is waste. Okay, suppose if you eat something which is very tasty, suppose for example some fried items on the road, you will suffer of this menstrual cycle and all. Okay, remember this. Determination of sex of the child. Okay, so human beings have 46 chromosomes, 23 from father, 23 from mother. Okay, so out of this 46, 44 chromosomes are autosomes. So any chromosome other than sex chromosome are called as autosomes. Okay, look at this. Now they may ask you in exam, boys will have XY chromosome. What is that? And girls will have XX. Okay, now the question in your exam will be, who is responsible for the gender? Father is responsible because father will have this X and Y. Okay, mother is carrying only X and X. Remember this. Sex chromosome is different in male and female. 46 and 46. The gametes have half the number of chromosome as that of cells occurring elsewhere. Sperm and ovum. 23 sperm, 23 ovum. Okay, look at this. So you have 22 plus X, here you have 22 plus Y. This is becoming 23. Now here you have 22 plus X, 22 plus X. This becomes 23, this becomes 23. Now this sperm will come and imagine this X and this X, if they unite, we get a girl child. Imagine if this Y and this X, if they unite, you get a boy child. Okay, so the determination of a girl or a boy, it depends on the father. It does not depend on mother. Remember that. Next, during fertilization, look at this. X and Y, they mate. So now you will have a boy child. Okay, next. Suppose you have X and X, you will have a girl child. Okay. So after understanding this, can you tell me now who is responsible for the sex of the child, father or mother? Mother. That's it. Okay, next. The endocrine system is a system of glands that involves the release of chemicals called as hormones. Okay, endocrine glands are also known as ductless gland. The endocrine system regulates metabolism, growth, development and puberty of the body. Look at this. This is the human body. Okay, and here you have different. Okay, look at this now. We'll see everything in detail. Endocrine system. Okay, abhi dekho ye, just keep telling whatever is coming on the screen. Ready? What is this? Hypothalamus. What is this? Hypothalamus. Pineal gland. What is that? Pineal gland. Next. Hypophysis. What is that? Hypophysis. Next. Adrenal gland. What is that? Adrenal gland. Pancreas. You have testis in male and in female you have ovary. Okay, that's it. Look at this now. We'll see everything in detail. Pituitary gland. What is the gland here? Pituitary gland. Okay, so one of the hormones released by this gland is called as the growth hormone. So have you ever seen Great Khali? Great Khali wrestler, WWE wrestler, right? So it is why he became like this, because extra growth hormone is secreted in his body. Sometimes you can see some people very short. That is because of the malfunctioning of the pituitary gland. So your height and weight, which hormone is responsible? Pituitary gland. Next, thyroid or parathyroid gland. It is in your throat. It is in your throat. Okay. So this parathyroid gland. So look at this. This gland releases thyroxine that regulates metabolic rate. Some people have a problem of weight, obese. कोई कोई लोग मोटा हो जाता है, मालूम है? They eat less but they grew very big in size. Some people they keep eating but still they are lean, right? It is because of the thyroid problem. Okay, doctors will also advise you have a thyroid problem. Next, so if enough thyroxine is not released by the thyroid gland, what happens? You will suffer this disease. What is this disease here? Goiter. Sometimes your neck will be swollen. Okay, like this. If you are not taking care proper salt, if your salt does not have iodine, you will have this kind of disease. Do you understand? Okay, so this is a disease called as goiter. What is this here? Goiter. Next, I have told you just now, iodine चाहिए diet में, ठीक है? Next, look at this. Adrenal gland. So adrenal gland is on the kidney. Okay, adrenal gland is on the kidney and it is in a triangular shape. It is also called as fright hormone or emergency hormone. Look at this. Okay, it is on top of each kidney. It regulates the mineral level. So imagine this is giving you the response. Okay, and it will increase your heartbeat and the size of the lungs when you, yeah, adrenal gland. Okay, adrenaline rush, we can talk about it. Next we have pancreas. Pancreas will secrete insulin, which is useful for the blood sugar level. Yes, yes, diabetes. If insulin is not secreted properly, the people will suffer from a disease that is diabetes. Next, role of hormones in completing the life cycle of an insects and frogs. Look at this. Growth and metamorphosis in insects are controlled by hormones synthesized by endocrine glands. Some cells of the brain of insects secrete a hormone. Hormone 1, then we have gland, activates the gland, which secretes another hormone. Hormone 2, then we have induces metamorphosis, then we have a, okay, something like that. Have you heard? Okay, suppose if I say that I am having a what we say a farm where I am growing fish. So what culture I can say? Agriculture or horticulture or viticulture or pisciculture? What is sericulture? Sericulture, silkworm. Pisciculture, fish. Horticulture, yeah, horti. H-O-R-T. Correct, vegetable. Okay. Pisciculture, VITI. Yeah. Wine malum hai. Grapes and all. Okay, like that. Look at this. A hormone released by the thyroid gland is a signal for the metamorphosis in many amphibians like frogs. So thyroxine. Okay, next. This hormone requires the presence of iodine in the water for its production. If the water is in which the tadpole are growing is deficient of iodine, tadpoles fail to grow and cannot become an adult frog. Look at this. Have you seen frog, everyone? So the frog, they live. It is an amphibian animal. It lives in water. So if that water is not having iodine, that tadpole will be tadpole itself. It will never become a frog. So this is many times they have asked this question in exam कि अगर पानी में iodine नहीं है तो this cannot turn into frog. You understand? If iodine is there, only then the tadpole can become a frog. Do you understand? Okay. Next. Reproductive health. Adolescence is a time of increased growth and development of the body, during which a greater need for nutrient coincides with a change in food habits, influencing nutritional needs. So, poor nutrition in adolescence can have adverse health consequence in adulthood. Okay, look at this. You people eat chips and burger and pizzas. Okay. Next, obesity and excessive fat intake increases the likelihood of being overweight during adulthood. Sometimes you have cardiovascular diseases. I think today there is a news that a 25-year-old actor, Euphoria, someone who died. कब देखा वो news? Yes, 25-year-old actor is dead. I told you the lifespan of the human has reduced. It is maximum 50. Okay, look at this. Substituting cold drinks and fruit juice or for milk. If people they don't like to drink milk, but they like to drink cold drinks and like these items. So your bones will be like this. Okay, slowly the bones will become porous. The strength of the bone will decrease. So you cannot walk. If something hurts you, that's it. The bones are broken. Okay, this is called as osteoporosis bone. Look at this. A diet heavily dependent on fast food results in, imagine fast food, those who are eating fried items and all, decreased energy intake. You will not have energy. How much ever you take, you will not have energy. Maybe it is tasty, but it doesn't have energy. Excess fat. Next, deficiency of calcium, riboflavin, vitamin A, folic acid, fiber, etc. Now, girls, those who eat outside, depending on chips and on burgers and all, folic acid intake is not there. It's very difficult for you to reproduce. That means you won't have strength. So imagine, at higher age, when you want to, When you get married, that time during the doctor checkup, the doctors will give you so many folic acid tablet. If you miss it, that's it, gone. Your baby will not be in a good health. Then again you have to spend lakhs of rupees. Okay, look at this. A balanced and a healthy diet in adolescence promotes proper growth and sexual maturity. Calcium and iron is important, so it will be good for your growth. Vitamin D is also important to absorb calcium. So people, those who don't drink milk, at least you should have vitamin D every morning. You have to have exposure to the sunlight. Once a girl has started menstruating, her needs of iron increases. Okay, calcium, magnesium, boron, vitamin D, vitamin A, zinc, copper, manganese, phosphorus. They are all building strong bones. Do you understand? Hmm. Next, you have very less of this in your diet: zinc, manganese, chromium and selenium. Okay, you have very less in this in your diet, and it becomes very difficult for you to maintain the health. Look at this: refined carbohydrates and white flour, maida. Okay, if you're eating maida and all, it's very difficult for you in future. Vitamin C can be deficient if sufficient fresh fruits and vegetables are not eaten. Personal hygiene. Now, how to maintain your personal hygiene? Look at this. Brushing is necessary. Okay. For example, bathing daily. Those who don't have habit of bathing daily, it's difficult. Okay, to maintain your hygiene. Use of proper soap. Next, maintain a good dental or oral hygiene. Next, care of your eyes and ears. Girls should take special care during menstruation and avoid infections. Yes, what is this? Exercise. Physical exercise. Physical activity or exercise is daily requirement, just like food. Daily you should do some exercise, running, walking, jogging, something like that, 20 minutes at least. And food is also important. Okay, food is also important. Next, scientific evidence. Walking will help you, jogging will help you, running will help you. Okay, and playing games will help you in maintaining your physical fitness. You understand? Okay, next, better digestion. It will help you in better digestion. Efficient elimination of toxins from the body. When you sweat, the unwanted things will go out. Next, your lungs efficiency will increase. Next, you can combat stress and strain. So those are preparing for this examination, for example, army, navy, air force, science school. Okay, you will be under stress and you will be under depressed. Like for example, you're sitting for 3 hours continuously. You are not going to burn any energy. So first thing is that you will never feel hungry. Those who prepare for IAS and IPS, you go and look at them, they will be very lean. They don't have any health fitness in their body. Why? Because they are sitting 10 hours together and they are just reading book. This goes on for 5 years or 10 years. Imagine every day you are sitting in one place. You are not burning calories. You are not exercising. You will not be hungry. If you are not hungry, you will take very less food. If you are taking very less food, your body will shrink and you will be under depression. Okay. How many of you feel as the exam comes closer, there is a pain in your neck or there is a pain in your back? Okay. That is all stress. Okay. This is all the example of stress. Maybe sometimes you feel like vomiting. Yes. Next. This is the most important thing. Look here. Sometimes people, sometimes, look here, no talking. Sometimes people, they go in a wrong direction in order to avoid stress or in order to overcome from the stress. They will try to use drugs in their life. Okay, so look at this. Sometimes they experiment drugs. Okay, sometimes they experiment drugs. Now, this is the reason I showed you the video there. A poor guy. Unfortunately, teenagers often do not see the link between their actions today and the consequences tomorrow. Got it? Using alcohol and tobacco at a young age increases the risk of using other drugs later. Okay. First of all, why do teenagers they drink and smoke? Because of the peer pressure. Peer pressure matlab, there are some 5 students here, 5 group of friends. Saturday there is a free time. So they decided without knowing in home, let us have a party. So this is a peer pressure. Your group of friends, they try to do some action which is in a wrong direction. Next, Vaidik idhar dekh. Next, most of the boys and girls, they indulge themselves in smoking and drinking only to impress the opposite sex. Okay, a boy tries to smoke because he got to know from the movies that girls like the person those who are smoking. Right? Next, girls nowadays they like to smoke because they want to be a modern girl. Correct? So they want to impress. So this in the name of this impression, they try going in a wrong direction. Look at this. Such bad habits affect the health and adolescents. They may lose self-confidence and control over themselves. Okay, so that's the reason people, those who are having these habits of drinking, smoking, and all, they are big violent. Most of the time, they are violent. Their actions are wrong. Okay. So look at this. So say no to drugs. That's it. Switch on the lights.